live on YouTube. Good to see you folks. And I am Kurt Van Anen, your host of the Mañana No Mas morning check-in. And I have already had a couple lattes this morning, so I am rip roaring snorting ready to go. Uh, as we come to the end of the month, there's a couple of things going on. There we go, turn that off. And so as we come to the end of the month, there's a couple of things going on as I had given people through the month of August the ability to sign into Capitalize on Opportunities. Capitalize on Opportunities. It's a course in the Mañana No Mas frame set that basically helps you identify what an opportunity is, right? Because there's things going on all the time. Join this, join that, follow this, follow the other thing, try this, try that, try, right? So there's opportunity everywhere, but then you have to figure out, so what's an opportunity for you? And then how do you capitalize on those opportunities? So we've got a course on that in the Mañana No Mas Academy. And for the month of August, I had extended that to get into that for no charge. Okay. So that's free. Go in, sample the academy, see what, online learning is about, and see what that's like. And then when you get in to do that, know that you also get access to the free live support calls that go with entrance to a course, right? So I do like these bi-weekly live Zoom calls where, I sign in and then you don't know who else is going to sign in. There could be you, there could be 3 other people, there could be 20 other people on the community and kind of the vibe that's going on at the time. Sometimes they get real popular on the calls and other times not so much, but I offer them. And it's one of those things where you can take the learning that's online and then you can make it much more real, right? Because then you've got access to a coach and somebody that can ask you some qualifying questions, maybe make things a little clearer, things like that. Now, as we launch into September, there's another featured course. The featured course for September is our goal setting course. It's our short course. It's the most recent course I just added to the academy. So I wanted to really put kind of the spotlight on that and let people give that a sample. Now that's not free, right? Now that one's going to be 50% off. So instead of $49.95, it comes to, I believe, $24.90, right? So for $24.90, you get access to the course. It's a full-blown course that's online. I say the short course because we have a course on goal setting in the academy already, but it's not a short course. It's basically a year-long course on how to set goals and chase goals and things like that. And so I realized that that had been a little involved. I realized that that might be a little intimidating, especially if you're new to online learning or personal development. So I thought I have a course would be more attractive. So that's why we have goal setting, the short course on the Mañana No Mas Training Academy. Now, when you go to Mañana No Mas, go to mañananomas.com. And when you go to the top, you'll see Academy in the main menu. Just click on Academy. And then you'll see right at the top, there's going to be a button right at the top of the page. It's going to say, go to the featured course of the month goal setting. And that'll get you the access at 50% off. And then you can sign up for that, join in, and join us on the live support calls. Because that, besides it being an option for you, it's more fun for me. I like when people sign in and I get to see people and build relationships with folks, in real time rather than, through an email or through a text message or like that. And so that's there. In the newsletter that went out just this morning, I make notations of both of those, right? So it's the last day to get access to Capitalize on Opportunities. It's the first day to get 50% access on the goal setting course. It is also the last day to make me ride 1,000 miles on my bicycle in the month of September. So here's what I did. I signed up for the Great Cycle Challenge. It's my 3rd year in a row. I'm really passionate about this. It's you ride your bicycle and you try and bring awareness to children's cancer issues. And so I do that through the Great Cycle Challenge, and we raise money to do that, right? And so this year I said, hey, I'll ride 500 miles in the month of September, and I need to raise $1,000. Well, I'm just going to be blunt, right? The fundraising wasn't going so well. This year, I got more team members than I've ever had. Like the team exceeded the goal, right? Because I made the team goal $1,000, and that was like because I got team members this year, and so that was cool. And in fact, I just got notification of a new team member last night. So I'm like, oh, cool. I think we have 5 or 6 people on the team now, which is awesome. But for me, I still need to raise $1,000. I have around 300 raised so far. So I said, silly me, if I can raise $1,000 before September 1st, I'll double it. I'll ride 1,000 miles in the month of September. Now, part of me kind of wants the challenge of riding 1,000 miles in the month of September, but to raise the money to force my hand to do that makes it that much more exciting, right? So if you're in a position to give, and I know everybody's asking for money nowadays, but if you're in a position to give and support this cause, or if this cause for children's cancer speaks to you, follow the links that are in all of my, on my website, in the Great Cycle Challenge. You can look up Great Cycle Challenge and look for Kurt Von Onen. Mañana No Mas is the team. So Mañana No Mas, exclamation point, that's the team. And man, we would just love, love, love to have your support. Not just for me, but for the team, and of course for children's cancer awareness. So super, super stoked to see that happen. Now, if I can raise $700 in a day, that's going to really speak to me about the previous 6 weeks where I couldn't raise $700, right? But if I raise $700 today, that'll get me over the $1,000, and then I'll ride the 1,000 miles this month. I'll do it. I've got, my Ridley's out in the truck, but I have the Ridley, I've got the Giant mountain bike, I've got the Panasonic, the old school road bike. And in fact, I'm going to go for a ride with my buddy Chris on Thursday. I've got his bike in here. I'm going to true the wheels and do a drivetrain service for him before we ride on Thursday. So tomorrow I'm going to start out pretty hard. I think I'm going to go for a good ride tomorrow, add up some miles real quick. Thursday, I'm going to go out with Chris on his newly tuned bike and log a 22 or 24 mile loop that we do, and then just keep stair stepping it, right? So if you guys donate, I'll be doing a lot more miles. If it stays where it's at and I got to do the 500 miles, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to knock that out this month. Not a problem. So got that going. So Great Cycle Challenge. Last day for opportunities. First day for 50% off on goal setting. And in the newsletter, I also put up a couple of live talks that I had done. So one was a live talk on overcome, lead, and grow, right? Overcome, lead, and grow. And if you want to see what a sample of me talking about leadership and growth is like, that's a great link to follow. And by the way, if you don't get the newsletters, I post them up in the website anyway. So if you go to the Mañana No Mas website and you go to Academy, you'll see that I've got links in there, and kind of like the blog site where all of the newsletters get published. And so there's links in there that will take you to the Empowerment Retreat Experience. It's a Facebook group. They had me speak on overcoming, leading, and growing. So there's an example there of what a virtual live talk would look like. And then I was a podcast guest that was released last week for another leadership organization. And I've got links to that in the newsletter as well. And so if you're wondering, hey, what would Kurt be like as a guest on a podcast? That's a good example of what I'd be like as a guest on a podcast. And then, of course, if you're interested in any of my podcasts on the Mañana No Mas channel, you can see what I'm like as a host, right? Hosting and guesting are two very, very different things. When I have a guest on the Mañana No Mas podcast, it is to make them look good. And then, of course, when I am guesting on someone else's podcast, that's an opportunity to promote the Mañana No Mas and the Powersports Academy and things like that. As far as Powersport Academy goes, anyone that you know in the powersports business, I need you to send them to powersportacademy.com so they can see how we can add value to their business, to their people, and take away the pain of running a motorcycle dealership. Like if you're an owner and customers are calling you direct on your cell phone, that's a problem. I can help with that. If you've got customers complaining that the bikes aren't ready on time, or that the bill didn't match the estimate, things like that. I have training that addresses all of those issues. I also have training that helps dealers interact better with the manufacturers. When you're a dealer and you've got 6, 7, 8 brands that you're representing, and each brand is going, to work with us, you need to do A, B, and C. And to work with us, you need to do blah, blah, blah. And this is mandatory. And this is this. You know what? There are ways to deal with all of that, and to put your dealership first. And so I really focus on that with a lot of the training that I deliver as well. So folks, happy Monday. Go out and slay it, kill it, go get it. This weekend, I helped a friend move. We spent time at the beach with my daughter for her birthday. It was a real active weekend, super active weekend. So part of me wants to just kind of hide and retreat, on Monday and just, kind of recoup. But the other part of me knows that it's Monday. It's the start of a new week. We're in the middle of a pandemic where the CDC is changing all the numbers. And, we've got to say to ourselves, what are these opportunities that are coming our way, right? Whenever there is an obstacle like a pandemic, or an economic crash, or national disaster, whenever there is obstacles, there is opportunity, and we need to refocus and find those opportunities. If you're into speaking, if you're into coaching, if you're in any of that, I encourage you to join the Hybrid Speaker Coaches Network, right? The Hybrid Speaker Coach Network, Hybrid Speaker Coach Network. Goodness gracious. That shows you how to take your content online, right? So if you can convert your live presentation style, like if you're just a speaker, I shouldn't say just a speaker. If you are a speaker and you've really been on the ropes here with this whole no live events thing and all that, man, you can pivot a little bit. You don't have to give up the speaking, but we can take some of your content, transition it to an online model, and then that gives you some type of way of staying engaged and sharing content with people and possibly generating revenue through content online. So then you can stair step them and go to that blended model where when you actually do the presentation, you can actually go a step higher because you've given people theory in advance. Got all kinds of opportunities for you. So check in, stick with us, stick with the messaging. I think you're really going to like the new focus on Mañana No Mas as Powersport Academy has moved to another channel. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a blessed day. Kill the week. Kill it. It's time to go. See ya. Bye-bye.